Last time we started working on Flask website. We did few basic routes. We have homepage, country page, and state page. But before we continue improving the website, we first need to fix some models issues. I will show you what I mean. We go to the homepage, and from here let's go to the country page. And notice the URL. Right now we are using country code as URL path. And on state page, we have spaces and mixing uppercase and lowercase letters, and the URLs are ugly. It's especially bad on other countries. For example, on the Germany, we have special characters. So the goal for today is to make the URLs prettier, and we will create another models to store the country data. So after the end of this episode, this URL will look like that, because we'll also make a script to slugify the admin names. Okay, so let's get started by creating country model. So in models, let's make class country and inherit the base as always. Table name, just countries. And as primary key, we'll use country code. So let's add primary key. We also want to store the alpha 3 of the country and the names. We need the names. Maybe 200. We need the official name. That might be longer. And we also want the slug to use in the URLs. And that one might be unique. We will also use a pycountry convert library to get the continents of a country. So let's make continent. And country name, maybe, sorry, continent name. A typo. Okay, so that's all for the country model. Let's make a migration. So alembic revision auto-generate and alembic upgrade head. Okay, if we go to the database, and there is countries model. Okay, so after we prepare the country model, let's make a script to populate the table. So populate countries. And for that, we will need few libraries, which are pip install pycountry. I already did, so pycountry convert. And also Python slugify. So let's import the libraries. And make a function to populate. And for now, we can just see all the countries. So let's iterate over that pycountry. Okay, and we have all the countries, but notice the common name. Some countries have name, official name, and also have common name. So for a name, we want to use common name if it's accessible. So our pages will look nicer. Okay, so let's start. Get name. We get attribute. And we pass country. And we use common name. If possible, otherwise, we backfall into the country name. And if you print name and see, If there's this common name, we use common name. If not, we use the standard name. Okay, so now how do we add that to our database? So let's import from database. From database import session, and from models import country. So we can make object and its country. We also need primary key, which is country code. And let's just right now we aren't committing that to the database yet, just to see if it looks correct. Country code and name. We have country object with that data, okay. So now we want to pass other data, so we have alpha3. And what else do we have? We have name, official name, and Slack. So let's add official name. And to Slack, to create a Slack, we use the Slackify.Slackify, and we use the name. Okay, there is a missing comma. Let's fix that. I guess there isn't official name to every. Okay, so we need to use that. Something similar. And we use official name. And if there is no official name, we just pass none. And it should work now. Yes, it does. So we have alpha3, we have official name, and we have slacks. Look at the slacks. Maybe we can find interesting example. Something with space. Okay, we have this country, and its Slack is no uppercase, no spaces. So nice URL format. Okay, we also have the continents. So let's get that information by using our pycountry convert and continent. Pycountry convert and country alpha2 to continent code. We pass the country alpha2 and let's print that. There is some error. Maybe add or none. Maybe add try. And except just make it none. Okay, it worked. Okay, let's see maybe something from. Yes, it works. Africa. Okay, so continent code works. Now let's add the country name, continent name. So convert continent code to continent name, and we pass that continent code. And that's continent name. And in our object, we just pass that. And let's see. Oh, sorry, that's wrong one. Okay, so we have a typo in our object. Continent. Do we need to migrate or no? No, we do not. Okay, so we have continent code, Africa and Africa. And that's it. So now we need to add that to the session and commit. So let's session.add. And after the loop, just commit that. What's wrong here? Okay, so we need to actually make migration to change the name. Okay, so quickly, and let's, okay, so let's see if you have all countries, and we do. Okay, so that's nice. So now, to change the, let's go to the models, and I will show you something. To change that URLs for the admin names, we need to create slacks for each admin level. So let's copy that. Let's make admin slack. And let's create another migration. Okay, so now let's create another script to update the slacks of the postal code. So let's make add slacks. And here we need import Slackify from database. We want session, and from models we want postal code. Okay, so now how do we go about that? Let's make a function. And because there are so many of the rows, we want to batch that. So let's make batch size, maybe 10,000, and offset, and just while true. Okay, so we get the rows with the offset and limit, which is our batch size. Let's try print offset. After here we just do something to add the slacks, but for now let's skip that and offset increase. And let's see. Okay, I forgot to run that. Okay, so it works every 10,000. It prints. So how do we add the slugs? Let's do for loop for row in rows and just update the, how we call that, admin slug1 to be slugify.slugify, and it takes row dot admin name. Let's maybe add that check so it won't break. And that's it. Let's add the second and third admin name. And we need to commit that. Let's maybe add print at the end. And see if we actually upgraded the head. Do we have the, okay, we have the slugs. So let's run that script. And we can see the slugs are appearing. Some of the postcodes have only one of the admin levels, some don't have even one. So it will be empty, but it's working. The database is quite big for that editor, so it takes a while, especially while running the script. Okay, I just noticed that I forgot to close the while loop while there is no more rows. Let's break and maybe let's try again. Okay, this time it finished correctly, so let's see that. And we have all types of, oh sorry, that's not the one. We have all the three types of slugs. So now it's time to add the relationship to our models. We want to have the country code in both of our geoname and postal code models to be the relationship to the country model. So let's import the from sqlalchemy, import the foreign key. Let's actually add that here. And we change the country code to foreign key. Countries.country code. We also add the country here. But we need to import the relationship. It's in the ORM. So you can access the country via this field. The same for another table. And let's see if it breaks. And it did not. Let's upgrade that. And here it does. Okay, so what's wrong? Okay, I have some problems with adding the relationship. Let's just clear the migrations. We will recreate the database. So let's do init, upgrade head, and now I will run the scripts to import the data. Okay, as you can see, I had to run the scripts again to import the data. And this time the relationships work. You can see here is on the postcode model is relationship to the country. And the problem was that SQLite doesn't allow altering the table with new relationships. It's not the issue with Alembic, and it would work with older databases, for example in Postgres. In the next episode, we'll create the roads using this new slugs and country model. But for now, let's just commit that. Let's see. Git commit. And let's push it. And as always, we have committed the changes after the episode, so you can easily access the state we are currently in. You have the links in the description. So that's all for today, and see you in the next one.